I believe we're live, 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 live. Watch, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Sound check. 1, 2.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. This is the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have set sights to show you. This Pokeball of a podcast can be found right now live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and anywhere you can listen to podcasts in the future. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And tonight with me is my Master of the Nerdiverse, also host, the man we simply call Wash. What's going on, sir?
What up? It's Friday night, September 12th. Nice. It went from August to the middle of September like that. Like that. So,
Like
yeah. Yeah.
that.
I am here. It is Friday, and yeah, man, I'm stoked. Weekend ahead. What do we say? I can't even remember what we say. We're just excited.
We're just
Yeah.
excited, man. You ever just get in your car and be like, "This is how we do it." You like,
Yeah.
"This is how we do it." You just turn on your car, go 90.
Yeah,
You go from 0 to 90, just rip rip
man.
ass.
My
Yeah,
car don't go 90, but yeah, 0 to 45. Yeah, absolutely.
0 to 45. Yeah, how
In
about
like
that?
3 minutes. Yeah,
Three
absolutely.
in 2 to 5 minutes once it warms
Hmm.
up. Dude, yo, Bradley, what's good? Thank you for coming through
Bradley.
and chilling with us, sir. Bradley, thank you for that segue. This is a live show. So if you want to stop by and say hi, please let us know. We're going to be talking about a ton of cool stuff tonight on the episode. Let me get the team in here. Yeah, assemble the squadron because we live tonight. We doing it to nizzle. Yes, I'm very excited for this episode this evening. As you can see, it's called Pokemon Body Horror because I got some thoughts on some things that happened this past week, bro. Thoughts and things.
I'm
Um,
interested.
yes, sir. Just take a second to just ask everyone before we get started. We've got to get better at this. Is to please like our content. Go on YouTube. If you're watching this, like it. If you're within the sound of my voice, like it. Builds the channel. Subscribe to all of our outlets so that you are made aware when new episodes go live on the channel. And comment. Let us know if we're right, we're wrong, and everything in between. We are fallible, but we are masters, so we will get upset and banish you to the lands if you're out of pocket.
I'm not gonna get that upset, but whatever.
Wash, when's the last time you banished someone, dog?
I would say within the last 2 years, probably. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
like a good banishment, dog.
yeah, man. You're voted off the island. It
You
is
could
much
be,
like the zombie apocalypse group, bro. It is an ever living like force that is moving, and in your mind, you're like, oh, you know what? You
bro. I literally, I try to have like Zen master like patience with people, but this one person on Facebook just kept getting on my nerves. Like, had something funny to say every single time I posted anything. I was like, "Look, bro, you're skating on thin ice here. You got one more time to say something smart, and you're out of here." And he said something smart. I was like, and then and the next thing I posted was Seto Kaibo getting sent to the Shadow Realm, and I was just like, "See what happens? You see what happens? You know what I'm saying? Sup, Kings, Pokemon Body Horror, here for this. Let's go 2-shot reviews. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Oh, man.
you get sent to the Shadow Realm real quick, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. You can't
I
just
swear
let
to
it
God.
go.
Yeah,
Just let it go,
some people
man.
just gotta poke the bear, bro. And I'm like, all right.
Uh,
You're gonna be with General Zod and Non in the
you, you,
Phantom Zone,
you,
floating through space.
you literally yelling it like an iPhone in Bangladesh that's like running on its own. You're
That
like,
shit is
no.
automated, bro. That shit is automated. It has its own
Uh,
mind, bro. Holy shit, that is hilarious. Oh man, let's get into this episode, bro. Episode 134, Pokemon Body Horror. We got things to talk about this week. Back to the goulash. You go, dog. Yeah, you get sent to the goulash real quick. One of these things is just for Mike G. And if you have a comment on it, Wash, I'm super happy. But Ronin Warriors is back, bitches. Ronin Warriors, dog. I'm so hype about that. We're talking about. We're going to be talking a lot about the Nintendo Direct this morning. There were some things to talk about in that. Of course, the leaked image of Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday, and just some more thoughts from the gun himself about the next Superman movie. Let's start doing something. Watch, out of these four topics right here, which one are you most excited about? If you had to take off,
I guess I'm gonna go with Ronin Warriors. I don't know much about that, so yeah, let's see what you
yes.
got.
Mm. Let's LFG, dog. Let's effing go. I didn't mean to get that. I'm so excited for Ronin Warriors, bro. You have no idea. Let's just get it. You know what, Bradley? You're getting put up there, bro. Let's go. Ronin Warriors is GOAT stuff. Yes, sir. You had to be there, dog. Like, oh, I'm gonna gush about it. We gushing about it tonight, bro. Let's just dive into it. Let's dive into our topics. Before we dive into our topics, one of my favorite panels on earth. Wash, how was your week?
Week's good, man. Did you watch Alien Earth?
I'm all caught up. All caught up.
Bro, when this thing comes out on Blu-ray, like the high definition, whatnot,
God.
extended version, 8, 12 hour long, this thing is going to be a freaking masterpiece.
So,
Masterpiece.
it's so I refuse any negative talk about Alien Earth,
Ah,
dog.
man, it's hard to
It's
find any.
so good. It builds suspense. It's smart. It gives you like moments where you're terrified for the main characters. And especially with this episode, it's like, yeah, all hands on deck. Let's effing go,
And
man.
it looks like 1978 freaking Alien mixed with like this like 2025 like blend on the eyes. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous series, and just like the color, like the way they use tones of darkness and shadows, it builds so much freaking environment and atmosphere
Hmm.
for what is, if you're not watching Alien Earth, get
You
on
missing
that.
out.
Get on it. It is one of the best of the year. I know the year's not over, but I haven't seen the end. But
Bro,
you're
like
gonna have to
you
fight me
you
on
hit
that.
you hit me the nail on the head. It's like somebody played a video game when making this movie because the atmosphere is so toned down but ramped up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the saturation is pulled out of it, but it's almost like it's saturated where it needs to be saturated. It's really smart the way it plays with your eye.
It's almost like you're playing a Dead Space type of game when you're cruising through the hallways and they do those long shots coming in, and you're like, man, this is terrifying. I want no part of this. So,
Yeah,
um, but
it's gooey where it needs to be gooey,
oh
bro.
man,
It's like 20 it's like 2001 Space Odyssey in certain scenes, and in certain scenes like you said it's Dead Space where it's like the grossest gooeyest situations and they don't pull the camera away. Now you're going to
no.
see all the nastiness, you know what I'm saying? They're not skimping on it. And I'm like, man, this is it's like a movie. Every episode is like a
Every
movie,
episode,
bro.
and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, so when this is all said and done, because I don't know how many
Just
episodes
make
we
a
have. I'm
super cut.
assuming there's three weeks
Like to,
left, because he said there's 3 weeks till the orientation or the conference or the parade or whatever. So I was like, 3 weeks then?
I think it's two
Yeah,
episodes. I think it's two
two.
episodes left.
So you're talking it'll be an 8 hour run, because these are all a
Yeah,
solid 59
50
minutes, and it's
minutes.
like, yeah, bro, I can do 8 hours of this. Like, what are we doing?
What are we
Lord of the
doing?
Rings Saturday,
More,
Alien
more,
Sunday.
please. Yeah, they were saying that Bradley's like T Oculus is dope. You know the little eyeball that's like
Yeah,
driving other creatures. That thing is brilliant, dude. Like that's gonna low key be one of my favorite villains or heroes, depending on what point of view you're coming from in
not
the
sure
entire
yet.
series. Oh my goodness, it builds so much tension.
That goat should be like a a
One six
icon for
skill. I
something,
just
man.
want a one six
Oh,
skill goat
oh,
with a fucked up
bro,
eye, bro.
dude, nice,
I just want it.
nice.
I just
I
want it.
love it. I
You know what I'm
love it.
saying? Yeah, that show was goated. I can't talk enough good things about it. I literally goaded. I just want I want the characters. I love boy. I love the boy. What's this called? Boy Cavalier, dog. He's such a
The boy
squirmy
genius,
the boy genius, dog. He's such
boy
an asshole.
genius.
He's a perfect corporate, like new age billionaire. My favorite scene of the whole episode was the negotiation scene between him and Waylon Utani, where he pretty much just literally had his cake and ate it too.
Well, it explained a lot. It said a lot. That one scene gave a lot of context to
To the
just,
world. Yeah.
yes, for sure, and why like we are where we are, and him in general. You're like, oh, it's like that. Damn. All right, I get it.
And to remember this takes place before Alien 1. Let you know everything you need to know about why does it look so
Two
grungy and
episodes.
gross in Alien when this world exists. It's like because they don't give a shit about people, man. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's such a juxtaposition between you know Boy Cavalier's world and how cleanly and clean Wayland Utani is versus Alien 1 with Ripley and Ash and how dirty that water dripping everywhere, like this disgusting.
Speaking of Ash, so not the cyborg, the synthetic. What's his name? The
The black
the the
guy.
lab dude. No, the white dude with the spiky hair.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
The
The guy who
Billy
was in
Idol
Star
dude.
Wars. Yeah, the guy who
Uh,
was in Star Wars. He was
Star
in
Wars.
The Mandalorian. He
Is
played
that is that?
that's the same guy. He played the sheriff that was wearing the Boba Fett armor. That just had Boba Fett's armor.
No, that's
That's the same.
not.
That's the same dude.
Are you freaking All right, well, I'm going to look that up in a second anyway, because I want to make my point about
Kirsch.
him and
Yeah, Kirsch.
Ash. Kirsch. I can't quite figure out where Kirsch is coming from. Kirsch
I love
set
that.
that whole
I
thing
love
up
it.
this episode, and I was totally like, wait, what's
Kirsch is
going on right now, man?
Timothy Oliphant. Thank you so much, Two Shot
That's
Reviews.
Timothy Oliphant?
Yeah, under all that.
That dude deserves a freaking Emmy.
Ooh, boy. It's so good because
That's
Kirsch is on his own
damn,
trajectory, bro. But you don't know because
damn.
boy
Boy genius.
genius, whatever, is so two steps ahead of everybody. He could be like, well, I want more aliens, but how do I legally get more aliens? They're just letting it rock. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. It's
Dude.
all aside. What did he say? When you're an adult, every day is a test. Everything is a test when you're an adult. So it's like you just don't know
And
where it
then they threw that
stops.
line in that there about being adult sucks. I laughed my ass off. I was like, that's pretty funny. I like how you
I mean,
guys did that.
let me give you an adult hug. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy, bro. Oh
So
man, what else? What else you getting
that
to?
that was one. I would be remiss if I did not mention the two Star Wars books. There was four Star Wars book reviews today on the Wash's Cade Twitch channel. So go there and follow if you like.
Do it.
We
Do
had
it.
four
Do it.
book reviews. I have three or four comments. First is about a book series called The Last of the Jedi, which follows Kenobi and him getting word that there's a Jedi out there floating around, legends at any rate. Moving past all that, there is a point in a book where this dude's head gets taken off with a lightsaber, and it's done so quickly and so neatly. He watches his own body as his head rolls away. And I want to say that is the first time I've seen that or heard that within the Star Wars universe, that people could still be alive after they get decapitated from the lightsaber. So
Yeah.
that's one. Shout out to you, The Bad Batch, Sanctuary, the book that came out, the newest book this year that is bringing back the batch that follows them right after the flood of Pablo. It's a loud book. It starts at a five, not like five good, like loud. It starts at a five loud and it stays at a five loud the entire
Nice.
book. So,
Yeah.
yes, you can check that out, but it might have not quite met my expectations. And
Hmm.
lastly, High Republic book, Path of Vengeance. My freaking god, this little set of books, Cataclysm, Planet for Battle X, the one I just said, and there's one more. These four books are about as good as anything Star Wars has done. High Republic rules, and I want to say that it was like a 15-hour audiobook. I had to take a 10-day like reprieve because the state of the Jedi is so dire that if you are a Jedi fan, they have kept you in such a mire for books and books and books. And it starts to make what happened at Order 66 look like
Tame.
child's play. And I had to take
Hmm.
a break because as a Jedi fan, I was so just like, oh, damn, damn,
Mm.
y'all. So get on your High Republic, Path of Vengeance, freaking awesome.
I love High Republic. Bradley asked who wielded the lightsaber that did the whole Snicker snack and took Homeboy's head.
Okay, his name is Ferris Olin, and ironically, in Legends, this follows the entire series. It starts at like young Anakin. Actually, it starts at young Obi-Wan, all through his training. It's like 11 children's books. Then
Hmm.
they go through Anakin, like 12 books, and it just keeps going for like 140 books or whatnot. Anyway, um Ferris Olin, who was like the Jedi. There was Anakin, the chosen one, and then Ferris, who's like, yeah, bro, I'm awesome. And
Hmm.
everybody's like, yeah, he's awesome. And he walked away from the Jedi because he did some shady shit with somebody he shouldn't have. And that's what sets up the last Jedi. The last of the Jedi is Obi-Wan hears that a Jedi is alive, and he's like, "Who the hell?" Qui-Gon tells him to go. He goes. He finds Ferris. Ferris is a badass, but no longer a Jedi. So it
Hmm.
really has Clone War vibes to it. It sucks you into that 2, 3 episode arc, and it's freaking fantastic for a kids book. Quick listen on YouTube. Check it out.
Kind of
YJK audiobook.
like Ahsoka and Asha's
Yes.
Ventress, not
Yes.
Jedi, not Sith, just something else kind of thing.
Yes. At this stage, yes.
Very good. I'm very interested in post Jedi, post Sith Force wielders who are like, yeah, I used to be in Black Ops, but now I'm just a dude who works at Texaco. But I have
Correct.
all this death knowledge in my brain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why I love Ahsoka, man. What did Vader say? Revenge is not the path of the Jedi. I am no Jedi. She ignites her lightsabers, bro. What?
Yeah, bro,
That's like,
runs off. Speaking of Jedi, how was your week? I know you were involved with some Star Wars shenanigans this week as well that I'm interested to hear about.
yeah. Let's get into it. So first things first, I just want to get. I'm caught up with Peacemaker. There was a fourth episode.
Oh,
It's because I just want to power through it, and it's kind of
are you telling Brian to watch it or
no,
no?
not yet, not yet,
All
not yet,
right,
not yet.
I can
It's
wait.
still it's
All right.
very samey. But enough about him. It's like I smushed Peacemaker out the way to talk about Star Wars. Um, so I was kind of perusing through the PlayStation Network, and I saw that there was a game on 60% off on sale. The game that happened to be on sale was Star Wars Outlaws, the Ubisoft game that came out maybe what 2 years ago, 1 year ago,
1 year
uh,
ago,
about 1 year ago, kind of came and went. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
mixed
and
fanfare.
mixed fanfare. So I was really interested. Okay, it's like $30, $20. I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? I'm about 2 hours in, and it's one of the most, I will say, it's one of the most unique Star Wars experiences I've had since I want to say like Rogue Squadron, where it's just like something completely different. You know what I mean? Of what you would expect a Star Wars game to be. It's very, it's very Ubisoft. You know what I'm saying? It's very has you could feel the bones of Ubisoft in it. It's very Assassin's Creedish, which is also very jarring for a Star Wars game. But a lot of it is, yeah,
Is it slow?
it's not slow. It's
Okay.
methodic. It's methodical. I'll put it like that. Like pretty much the premise of the game is you play as Star Wars Aladdin. You're a street rat, right? You're a nobody on some nobody planet. Nobody cares, right? And you find yourself getting into shenanigans and finding yourself rubbing the Empire the wrong way. So you have to escape your homeland. You know, the journey of the hero. Now you're off in space, dodging the Empire right after the explosion of the Death Star. So that's what this takes place, I believe. No. This takes place. Dang, I don't know yet. To be honest, I'm still very early in the game. Um, but I want to say it's after the destruction of the first Death Star. How about that?
Okay.
It's after the destruction of the first Death Star. And you're playing as this character who has this fun little sellable creature that kind of does things for you. What game is this? Outlaws? Yeah, I'm talking about Star Wars Outlaws. And the game almost feels like you sneak around almost like an Assassin's Creed, but you also it's almost like you have to work with the various um organizations, underground organizations in Star Wars. So you're working with either the Crimson Dawn, the Hutts, the Rebel Alliance, and there's a couple of other factions you can work with as you navigate through the seedy underbelly of Star Wars to gain reputation in areas. It's so weird. That you have
Sounds deep.
It's very deep so far.
It
Now,
sounds like a deep type of game with like deep systems is kind of what you're making it sound like,
bro,
which I am a tad bit surprised to hear about because I was not
it's
aware of that.
it's such a strange Star Wars experience because it's like, yeah, you get to make your own weapons and you have to negotiate and you have bargaining systems and bargaining chips and you get to gamble and there's a 2-3 minute eating like mini game that you have. I was like, why is this still going? Like this game is so weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was like a 5 minute eating
And we've
like
talked about
prompt.
this. Star Wars food is the worst food
It's the
too.
worst food
It's
to eat
like,
on. It's
like
gross. Nobody has a good meal in Star Wars,
no,
bro. Nothing looks
no,
good. So you're eating this
no.
nasty, weird food, and it makes you once you're locked in, it makes you do it. And I'm like,
Uh,
why am I still hitting button prompts? I'm just gonna fail them all. What happens if I fail them all? It just keeps going. It won't let you pass, dog. Fuck, I'm locked into this bullshit. But
that's
it's
hilarious.
so weird. It's like I'm just like, okay, I'm playing the game. I'm running around. There's this big giant area. Get through the area how you want. So you want to go run gun and get yourself killed? Fine. The smart, the smart smuggler will find a way to maneuver through the area. Don't be seen. Don't get caught. Use your little critter to distract the evil, what I'm saying, huts over there while you sneak over here. And it's very interesting. It's very different.
Well, I am definitely looking more forward to hearing more about what becomes of that game because I definitely want to play it, but I am not a stealth gamer. So, if it turns out to be Metal Gear Solid 5 or 4,
It
that's gonna be a slow go for
it
me.
feels more like Tenchu. Remember Tenchu's stealth assassin on the PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Shout out to people who
Yes.
know unknown what's going on.
Yes.
Just landed. Um, Tenchu's stealth assassin. Shout out to people who don't even know what that game is. The Tenchu series is goaded because
Tenchu is goated, but yes.
because you don't have to go stealth if you don't want to. You could be badass, shoot guns, and have your Star
Okay,
Wars
so you
experience.
can have that experience. Not that that's what I'm
Yes,
looking
it's
for,
not
but okay.
forced, but
All right.
it's also forced because I went through a whole area and I snuck around. And I wasn't detected. I was like, "Yeah, I did it, stealth assassin." Then it's like, "Oops, somebody hit the alarm. Time for action!" And like 7 dudes running with guns. So no matter what, you can't go stealth in this. You can't go pure
Oh,
stealth in this
gotcha.
game. It
Gotcha.
sets up these like action pieces where you're like okay, you have to engage with the enemy at this point and run away like Uncharted style, you know what I mean?
And I guess last question. Is the story good? You haven't said
Yeah,
really. All
I'm
right,
telling you,
all right.
you
All
play
right,
as pretty much Star Wars Aladdin as his
all right.
female
That's what
character.
he did say that. Okay.
And she finds herself, she wants to, so, I don't want to be a street rat anymore. I want to be top of the kingpin food chain. Do you know what that means in Star Wars? It's still not great. You know what I mean?
Rough.
So she's finding herself enthralled with with these factions, with these organizations that are all trying to grift her. Everybody's trying to steal from you, dog. I had one moment, and I'll move on to something else. One moment where a guy was like, "Hey, you need to get into that stronghold and steal this overlord's keypad. I'll just give you my VIP pass. You know what I mean? How about for 500 credits?" And I'm like, and there's a stormtrooper walking by, and I'm like, "Sure, man, hit me up, Doug. I got 500 credits." So the guy gives me the damn keypad, and I just stroll up there like, "Oh, easy operation, Doug." And the door person said, "No one comes in. You're a nobody." Well, here's my keypad. He looks at it and laughs. Ha ha ha. Jareth got another one. Get out of here, you bum. And I'm like, what the hell? I got gypped.
You got taken in the
I got
game.
taken. And then I go back to the dude. Of course, this motherfucker's gone, bro. He's out of effect. I'm like, and she goes, son of a. It's like, it reminds me of
That's
that
funny.
Adventure Time episode where he's in the town of thieves and everybody's getting robbed simultaneously all the time. That's what it feels like to live in this world. You can't trust anybody. Everybody has their own agenda. Um, but is it worth buying? I'll end it at that. You know what? Two shot for $30 for a single player experience. Catch it while it's on sale. It was only like 30 gigs. It's not that big in relation to everything else. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I enjoy it. I enjoy stealth sometimes. I like games that slow my brain down rather than speed it up nowadays as I'm getting older. And I love Star Wars. So if you want a Star Wars experience, that's not necessarily a single player experience. So from my understanding. So give it a shot. You can ride on air speeders. There's an air speeder. It's open world. It's really interesting. But there's a big problem. And this is going into the last how was your week. And I haven't done anything with it yet. But Borderlands 4 launched today.
Yes. Oh, was it today? I saw
Today.
all the videos. I was like, when's the date? Today.
So, and for anybody who knows Mike G, I've played every single Borderlands. I played the Telltale games. I played even the bad ones. I played um, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I'm all sold in Borderlands. So there's gonna be a problem because Borderlands 4 is sitting right over there, and it's calling my name like Pookie, scratching, New Jack City style. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to divide my time because
Ooh,
I really want to
like
play
it.
Star Wars.
Well, they're definitely two separate games. You know what I mean? So you'll definitely have two
Yeah,
separate different moods. That's for
brain
sure.
on, brain
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm gonna balance it. Um, that being said, Wash, are you ready to go into some news for the other half of our episode?
Yeah, man. Let's roll.
Let's see. Before we
What do we
roll,
got?
I have them all, but haven't played any. Shake my head, man. Bradley, we're getting old, man. We can't just play video games and drink Mountain Dew and party all the time, dog. I get it. I'm even sitting here with two video games. Like I don't want to deal with any of this, dog. I want to go to sleep, bro. Speaking of sleepy things, someone slept on the button because we just got Doctor Doom right here. Avengers Doomsday promo art reveals first look at Doctor Doom. New promotional art for Avengers Doomsday surfaced. And my question to you, Wash, do you think this image is legitimate?
That's an interesting question, and I'm going to go no.
Thank you. I feel the same. Something in my gut feels the same way.
And here's the thing, because when I saw it, I had some initial thoughts about it. Just the fact that, like, the chainmail is like very accentuated and looks like, the freaking Knights of the Round Table type of chainmail. And so I went back and I took a look at Doctor Doom and some early comic like covers and whatnot, and it's not quite chainmail. Also, there's not enough green. That green on
Very
Doctor
muted.
Doom
Very
pops.
muted.
So
Yeah.
if this turns out to be Doom, it looks more like X-Men Doom than Fantastic Four Doom?
I'm so
Question mark.
torn. Yeah, I'm so torn on this image because I'm trying to think. Like, I know it's not AI art. I believe that this is an official promo from Marvel, but is this our Doom in Doomsday? Is my question. Like, is this just because they do these promo arts for these events and things like that, and a lot of times they'll just put like like stand-in imagery just to kind of fill the spot. You know what I mean? And but like you said, this armor is so intricate, almost too intricate. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's a little too overworked. Like even his pauldrons are just these weird non-matching, like asynchronous ruins that don't make much sense.
Yeah.
He has this giant tummy armor that is just there, and it's not green, it's gray. So it makes me think like maybe this is just some kind of stand-in spot, or maybe this is like his armor in the first 5 minutes of the film and it changes. I don't
I
know.
have to ask, and I guess reveals first look at Doctor Doom. How much Doctor Doom did we get in Fantastic Four? Did we get any Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four? Like mentions, anything?
Less than outside of the Latveria mentions at the
Hmm.
Future Foundation, we got less than nothing. We got a green robe that was way brighter than this
Okay.
and looked completely different than this design. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's something in my guts telling me this is not what we're going to get.
Are we going to be getting Robert's face as Doom, or
If
is
they're
it
smart,
going to be straight Doom?
if
Do
they're
we
smart,
know?
no. If they're
Okay.
smart, no.
Okay.
I my thing, how I rationalize this in my sad Marvel brain is that we're
Please.
getting we're getting Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, and he never takes the effing mask off. He's gonna be Carl Urban in Dread, where you never see his face, but the man is just acting his ass off through the makeup, through the armor, and we know it's RDJ, but he's not RDJ. He's Doctor Victor Von Doom, and the actor is portraying the character, and we're not. And it would be the ultimate distraction for him to take off his mask. And I get it; it would be a pop, but would it be worth it? I don't think so. That's just my humble Marvel. Been living this shit since I was 4 years old. Opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, oh shit. Let me ask you, if this turned out to be Doom, would how would you feel about that?
I'm not too mad at this design. Um, I've seen like full body versions of it, but I don't know if that's boof. That could be artificial intelligence, dog. You just can't tell anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell
It's
what's
definitely hard to
legit.
tell.
They don't make it easy on us, right? So, but if this was his design and Marvel maybe pumped up the saturation a little bit, I would be okay with it. I love the mask. I think the mask is great. Um, I think the look of the mask is fine. It just feels off to me. It doesn't feel.
Yeah.
Why would they announce their character this way? Such a big character. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel. It just feels. The uncanny valley of it is throwing me off. Especially at the async. It's not even. It's not even synced correctly. The asymmetry is like weird on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Not you
I don't know.
mentioned it, yes.
For a Marvel
Because
design,
like if you look in your right corner over there, absolutely. You're
yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
like
So
it's very
I don't know.
strange. It looked
I
like
don't
it's for
know.
Marvel rivals.
Yes. Yes it does. Yes
Very
it
Marvel
does.
over
Yes
design,
it does.
over design, over design. Good times. All right, ready to move on to the next thing, good sir?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So this news has been spiraling around. We haven't had a chance to talk about it on our episodes, but James Gunn is kind of going full steam ahead when it comes to the next sequel for his Superman saga. And this film is called Man of Tomorrow, specifically because he's stating it's not a Superman sequel. It's a Superman centric story that is, uh, in quote, I'm creating a Superman sequel. We're talking about shooting in April. The story is about Lex Luthor and Superman working together to a certain degree against a much, much bigger threat. So he's making it like a half and half. What are your thoughts on not fully dedicating another, not making this your Superman sequel, but kind of making it like an Elseworld, like almost like a buddy cop movie?
I'm kind of glad that you brought this up because I was going to text you when it first came out because this news dropped about 2 weeks ago when they also dropped that Peacemaker will be a lead up into Superman Man of Tomorrow, or at least a prequel of some type of this. And it got me wondering a number of things.
Hmm.
One, is Peacemaker just doing so terrible that, like, they had to announce this versus just keeping that as a spoiler so that people would actually go watch Peacemaker? I thought it was a valid question. I was going to text you, but I
Yeah,
decided not
I'd love to
to. It's
answer
like
that.
it's fun. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I think Gunn is feels under the gun about. I think he feels insecure about his universe he's building. I think he's playing catch up, and I think he's trying to build this world as quickly as humanly possible, to where he could just tell the stories he wants to tell. He's like, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who has patience to say we're gonna we're gonna flesh out Superman. We're gonna have his own trilogy. Then he's gonna have another trilogy, and then we're gonna flesh out Lex Luthor. No, he's like, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. You know, and I feel like Peacemaker, much like I have a feeling about most of their non-film projects, are gonna just be fillers for the films. You know what I'm saying? Peacemaker is a vehicle for Man of Tomorrow because Peacemaker is going to get eyes, but it's not going to make $1 billion like the Man of Tomorrow could possibly make. So I think
Right.
it's just more of they're taking a page from Marvel, where it's like our TV shows are more vehicles to fuel our bigger efforts.
I'm
You know what
not
I'm
sure
saying?
that that's the best idea, but
It's not
okay.
a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's what it's looking like to me.
Okay, and that's why you are a master. The second point that I would like to make is when you this quote, if you played DC Universe Online back in the day when that came out, it looks very, with the exception of Superman's actual face, it looks very much DCUO to me. And that entrance when Lex goes back in time, he tells the Justice League, "Hey, look, y'all are about to get smoked. Here's what you need to do. I got my armor. I barely made it out," and then shenanigans proceed. So I don't know if that's what he's going for or not. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure, and I have not seen Superman yet. I still have not. I am not sure that, especially with how much I love Luther and Superman, I'm not sure that I want my first entrance to them to be necessarily a buddy cop movie. You know what I mean? I like that antagonist protagonist relationship. And even though Smallville made them somewhat friends, they were always a tad bit adverse to each other. So just this shot alone gives me like,
A bit of pause, huh? I
eh,
feel your pain. Going back to the armor, this style of armor is very, very, very iconic.
nice,
This
Brantley.
is armor from like the 70s, like the Super Friends level. This is Lex Luthor's go-to battle armor. He's
Yep.
been rocking this since before either of us were born. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of keeping it in line with this is what he would wear. Now, with the
It's all
Superman
he
film,
has, isn't it? Does he have another armor?
he's like
Or is it
Tony
like,
Stark. He has a bunch of weirdo
well,
armors that he
all right.
wears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're all made essentially this,
This. They're
this. You
pretty
know
much this.
what I
His
mean? They're
favorite
pretty
colors
much
are
this.
green and
Yes.
purple.
Okay.
You know
All
what I'm
right. I
saying?
was like, is he rocking something else that I don't know
Nah,
about? But
villain
anyway.
colors.
Okay.
Doctor Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, they all rock the same damn color. Um, and I would, if this was a Lex from the future saying, "Hey, something's coming. Y'all need to get it together," and that something is a bigger threat, they could still have animosity towards each other, but still understand that the enemy to my enemy is my friend. You know what I mean? Like if freaking Brainiac pulls up, yeah, it's going to take both of them to take Brainiac out, or a Doomsday, or if they really want to get gully, a Dark Side was to show up. Yeah, it's going to take both of them to figure that out. And they could still, and if you saw Superman 1, it really lays in how much Lex hates Superman. Like that movie's just about him being petty to Superman. So with them laying that foundation, and then having to pit them, make them play nice for this situation, if written correctly, could be quite clever. But it has to be written correctly. And one thing Gunn is going to do is
I,
write the hell out of a script.
I'm
So
like, especially a buddy cop movie. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, he'll write the hell out of that. He knows that for sure.
So
Yeah.
I understand the apprehension, but I'm not going to say in gun retort and gun retrust. What a, what a, what a. Yeah, that's my shit. I'm not going to say in gun retort trust because I'm very shaky on Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm 2 seconds away from just dropping that shit. Um, so the man is fallible. Behold the God who bleeds. But we'll see. We're getting Supergirl first before this, and I'm
Yes,
feeling
for
pretty
sure.
confident to see that's going to be sick. And I just want more. This is like Justice League Unlimited shit. I just want more of this world, and I want our friends from Gotham City to eventually show up and start ripping and tearing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll see how Peacemaker wraps up. Again, if this is leading into that, I mean, and he's bold enough to say that, this should lay the foundation for what Man of Tomorrow is. Also, coming out pretty quick. Quick
Yeah, they're
turnaround,
not, like I
let's
said, they're not
say.
playing. They're
No,
not playing. Yeah,
no.
we got to get to it.
No,
And
no. I'm curious. I'm gonna be curious one day to find out what's going on over there. Speaking of which, Paramount buying Warner Brothers, does that have
it's not on the
anything to
docket.
to
It may be.
do
It may be. We got to get it out
with
now. We don't know what
this?
things are going to look like. We got to get contracts signed now because we don't know what the world's going to look like 3 months from now. Paramount just cleans house. You know how these things go. New ownership, new changes, new faces.
It's
Gunn has
just
had.
like a freaking football or sports league, man. It's like I'm putting in my coach, my team.
Yep.
Later.
Now,
So
otherwise, Paramount may come in and say, "Gunn, that's cute. We're going to go ahead and do something else. We feel that we want to go in a different direction, and it could go that way." So my man has to get everything out now before the world. He wakes up in a different world. You know what I'm saying? And shout outs
interesting. It's gonna be interesting to watch the end of the year then to see if they announce anything else like hard press that's
fast,
just
fast.
comes out of
Batman.
fast. Yeah,
It's
you know
good.
what I
Fast,
mean?
fast,
It's like,
fast.
oh shit, wait, what? So
Yeah.
no.
Oh man, it's scary, especially Injustice 3's knocking around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Baby, you know how
ooh,
those video game developments are under, especially under change
they'll
of
just wipe it
ownership.
out. They'll
It's
just wipe it out.
done. How much
10
did we
years of
spend?
development gone,
70 million, 10 million, 10 years. Yeah, whatever. It's gone.
gone. We're good.
We're,
We decided against it, Doug.
we're not going to put that
Wild.
out? No, nope.
No, no. All right, 10 years of my life gone. Bet. On to the
Dude,
next.
it sucks. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry, all you video game
horrifying.
people.
Yeah, I pray for you guys. I pray for your
Yeah,
sanity, bro. And before we go, shout outs to DC Universe Online. DC Online Universe. That game is goaded, man. I don't
yeah,
care what
bro.
nobody says.
Played the
One of
shit
my
out of them.
worst PC gaming experiences ever was getting yelled at somebody because I wasn't healing correctly in the right rotation. It was my first time playing. All I had was some asshole play heal, heal, healer, healer, heal. And I'm just like, bro, I just want to fight Solomon Grundy. Get off my ass, bro.
I
Oh,
played on PS4. The connection was terrible, but
oh
you
yeah,
could
the
still
good
get it
times.
done. Yeah, it was terrible, but they tried. You know what I mean? They're like MMO on PS4 or PS3. I'm like, all right, let's give it a go.
The good times,
Servers
bro.
are still active, Bradley.
Hell yeah,
Bradley,
yes.
I see in my Twitter feed or my X feed, they have new stories come out. I'm like, how are you still releasing DLC for this game? I'm like, who's still up on
We are
DCUO?
done. The
Like,
gods, bro. The goats.
I'm like,
Never.
you walk in there as a noob. Now it ain't gonna work out for you.
No.
You go PvP. Nah,
Mm-mm.
it's over.
You don't want no smoke, bro.
No,
This guy's been here since before you were born, dog.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So apparently, we're getting a brand new series of the old school Ultimate TV show grand finale, Ultimate Real, cornerstone of my anime watching experience. Some places known as Shogun Warriors, but to us Americans and anybody else in the world, Ronin Warriors is making a triumphant return, set to arrive in January of next year. The sequel series will be the first time that a new episode of Ronin Warriors has aired in over 37 years. So before I'm sorry, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going crazy. So there's certain things that Mike G holds so close to his heart that are dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them is Ronin Warriors, dog. Daojin and Sai of the Torrent, bro, and the Armor of the Wildfire, bro, and Armor of the Inferno, and my boy like Anubis, Doug, and Quake with Fear, and he throws like the fucking spear into the earth, bruh. It's too real. It's too real. Uh, like Ronin Warriors is one of those. Another one is the Guyver. If you've ever heard of the Guyver, like the Guyver unit, the anime, the films. There's two Guyver movies. Guyver with Mark Hamill, and then the realest movie of all time, Guyver 2 Dark Hero. Completely dead series, bro. It's never coming back. And in your heart, you kind of are okay with that. You find peace in the grief that I would never get anything Ronin Warriors ever again. It's not for anybody else. It's just for me. And anytime anything Ronin Warriors comes out, an action figure, a sticker, I'm just gonna get it quietly, get it, and no one's gonna bother me. You know what I'm saying? But then we get news like this that Ronin Warriors is back with a new set of warriors in a new situation. I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Wash, say something. Get me off this topic, bro.
You know what? My Ronin Warriors knowledge is thin, but I do remember the Tiger. I do remember
Black
watching
Blaze and
this
White Blaze, bro.
in the 80s. But besides,
Real.
like when I watched the trailer, like there were hints of familiarity, but that's a long time ago, man. So no, I don't
Bro.
have much, but I will say the trailer looked great. Looked not
Great.
not Voltronish in its animation, like in the anime style, but it has its own samurai like type of thing going on, which is just dope. So yeah, man, I'm in. I'll watch.
It's it's the old tokusatsu glory, dog. It's the it's the common writer, you know what I'm saying? It's the big bag Beetleborgs. It's the freaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gotcha Man, Battle of Planets vibe, where it's five dudes, sometimes five dudes and a girl. They all wear different colors and they're all badass. They do cool
And they're
shit.
all badass.
And they do cool shit and like and kick towards the camera and fire happens.
Who's the
You know what I'm
main
saying?
villain?
The evil overlord Tampa, dog. Tampa lives in this giant super castle. He lives in castle. He literally lives in Castle Super Beast. It has its own Ronin warriors that are based off the Egyptian gods.
Hmm.
There's my favorite one is Anubis, dog. He becomes the ancient one because he gets reformed, and he's the guy who says "Quake with Thea." Bro, there's a spider villain called Sekhmet, dog. It's too fucking hard, dog. I okay. When I was young, and I was in Georgia visiting my old school cousin, Andre. Rest in peace, rest your soul. He was the man who put me on back in the day. Sci-Fi Channel would run animes at night, bro. When you could, yeah, you got to go to bed. Now I got to watch anime, and they would run Ronin Warriors. They would run Kashan, bro. Oh, you ain't listening to me. They would run Kashan, bro. They would run Wicked City, dog. They would run Ninja Scroll. They
That
would
I know
run.
something about.
They would run Vampire Hunter D, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, calm down, bro. You're about to go Super Saiyan. You don't understand Two Shot Balloons. I don't get to talk about this often, bro. Like ever. Who am I going to talk? This is why I built the podcast. So I can talk about Ronin Warriors to everyone and no one, dog. Because Sean is too real, bro. Like when these things happen, it's like Christmas for me, dog. Like we're back, boys. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Let's effing go. I'm gonna power back down. Sorry, if I get too excited about this. This is just like this is a piece of my like development being like brought back for new children to like enjoy and get in new action figures and 1/6 scale Ronin Warriors, dog. The possibilities are endless, dog.
I bet you hadn't considered a 1/6 scale Ronin warrior and
I would
at all.
sell my left leg for a 1/6 scale Anubis, bro. Like you don't understand.
Oh,
I would
damn.
just be in a
Don't
will.
say that too loud.
I don't know. Fucking Slugworth from Willy Wonka's gonna show up with it. Like, hey guys, how serious were you? I know we're close on time, so we can go ahead and move on from this if you need, if we can. Up to you.
All right. I'm gonna catch out. I'm gonna watch an old episode or two. See what's going
Watch
on.
Running Words. It's so damn good. It's so damn good. I want to talk about this real quick. So I want to talk about a couple of things about the Nintendo Direct this morning that kind of bothered me. Um, so there was a trailer for a game called Pokemon Pokopia. Now, I'm gonna say this as I'm gonna read this a certain way to give you the inclination that I got from the game. A cozy Pokemon game is on the way to Pokemon Pokopia, a relaxing island building game. Play as Ditto, taking the form of a human, and discover new Pokemon and borrow their abilities. When I was watching this, I was like, it opens like a horror movie, dog. Like it opens with a dank. It opens like a dank hole, like Rawhide Rex would be in, and plops in a Ditto, right? Oh, a Ditto, cool. The Ditto then takes the form of a human, right? And it's like the uncanny valley, like it's not right. And then it escapes the hole, like Rita Repulsa, bro. It goes out into the earth and then sees other creatures and starts mimicking their abilities while maintaining its human form. It sees a damn Bulbasaur and turns its arms into Bova whips. It sees a Charmander is blowing smoke out of its mouth. And I'm like, I've seen this movie before. It's called John Carpenter's The Thing. This is terrifying. I don't like this, man. It's weird. It's just weird.
Being one who's not a Pokemon, person, I do sell the cards on my store. You can check that out. But that notwithstanding, Pokemon, this was on the lineup, and I was like, what am I looking at when I watched the trailer? And here's
Not
what
a
I can tell
fan.
you. It looked like a mix of Animal Crossing and like a real life like grind, like a job. They're like plant your flowers and different Pokemon will show up with your flowers. And it's like, yeah, but they have like a field. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah.
I I didn't fully appreciate because I played Animal Crossing, right? I loved Animal Crossing back in the day.
Yeah.
When Animal Crossing played came out on GameCube, that's all I played. And this looked like such a D version of that. So I was like, why is Nintendo putting this out? This looks terrible. And we're gonna get to something else that looks terrible here in a minute, but
Yeah.
it looked terrible. So when you talk about the arms like shifting, like
Yeah.
when you watch the trailer, you're like, what
Well,
is this? Why is this? This doesn't make any sense.
the game looks poorly made. It looks
Poorly
like
made.
it's running like at 40 frames a second. You know what I'm saying? And the poor Switch 2 is trying to make it work. Bradley said, "Mike, bro, I don't see it." Okay, Bradley, let's give you a quick scenario. You're standing on the side of your corner and you see you across the street, but it's not you. Your eyes a little lazy, a little bit spaced out. Your smile is a little bit off, and it's just staring at you. Right? A car passes and honks. The thing looks at the car pass and honk. It opens its mouth and makes a honk noise out of its face. Is that unsettling? Would that unsettle you? Because it would unsettle me, and that thing would have to die immediately. I would have to figure out a way to kill it. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. You know, my mind will. Okay, we're talking to Bradley here. I forget. This is the guy who could defeat Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare Realm. So no, it's not going to bother you. I get it. But yeah, the concept itself is not too threatening. It's just the idea is threatening. I don't like the usurpation of humans and then willy-nillying doing things
Yeah,
that are
you were
very
not a
inhuman.
fan. You were not a fan of morphing from human like clay into human.
Yeah.
human type
It's
of what was that Michael Jackson black and white video back in the
yeah.
day? Probably freaked you the F
No,
out. You were like,
no,
hell
I don't like
no.
it. Mm-mm. Like there's that one scene in Stephen King's Skinwalkers where the guy's in the
Yeah.
car and his face morphs into 17 different things. Little Mike couldn't handle that. The uncanny valley was too strong. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I love Pokemon. Don't get me. I'm not. I live on Earth, right? Squirtle's my Gen 1. I love Pokemon. Nothing against Pokemon. This idea is not for Mike G. I just don't like the concept of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a bacon milkshake. I'm sure it tastes good, but I don't like the concept of it. You know what I'm saying? Bacon
I'm
milkshake is
all
just.
in. I'm
I'm.
all
Just
in.
here's the thing. Like I'm a big guy, right? Spoilers. I'm a big guy, but eating a bacon milkshake is like I've truly given up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way of retribution. I
No,
can't
let's
do
put
it.
some chocolate chips in that fucker. Let's
You can see
go.
that because you have the
Let's
metabolism of a goat.
go, bro.
No,
Let's
I can't do
go.
it, Doug. I smell
I'm
that.
in. Damn it. May make one tomorrow. Nice.
Oh shit, you got me twisted, Doug.
Next slide.
Next slide. I will live vicariously through you, bro. So we finally get a date for Metroid Prime 4, which has been a game we've been waiting for the
Thank you, Trisha.
past what? We've been waiting for Metroid Prime for what?
25
Since
years? I don't know. Long time.
since the GameCube, bro. Like since GameCube.
Super Nintendo.
Metroid Prime 4, it would be GameCube. Because Metroid Prime 1 came out on GameCube, right? Someone fact check me, but it's been over nearly a decade from its initial announcement. The announcement, it's been 10 years. Human food. So we get this new trailer. It looks open world because you get the Samus mobile. I don't know how to feel about that, but it's Metroid
The
Prime. I'm gonna
Tron
play it.
Mobile.
Yeah, the Tron mobile, but it's Metroid. I'm gonna play it. You know, I'm saying. Did you have a chance to watch this trailer?
Yes, it did. I did watch the trailer and I did have some thoughts about it. The outside like scenes look terrible. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why we're
Hmm.
doing that. Metroid 3, Super Metroid was Super Nintendo. So yes, Metroid Prime must have been GameCube. So I realized that we've been on planet before, but just the way again, Nintendo did not necessarily blow me out of the water going, oh, I needed the freaking Switch 2 because all these games did not look good. Now, the
Hmm.
interior of Metroid Prime looked fantastic. That looked great. Like it was really filled in. The colors were great. I'm not sure about the bike, but my thing with the bike is I liked rolling into the ball. And
Yeah,
thus, I don't think they would take that out of the game. You know
I
what
don't
I
think it's
mean?
sticking out. Yeah, I don't think it's
So
sticking out.
I don't think the bike is a replacement for that necessarily. So I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'm not buying a Switch 2 for it. No,
Nah, it's
no.
funny. It's almost like a design decision, right? Do we have Samus doing ball roll at 93 miles an hour? Like, what does that look like? You know what I mean? Like, or do we just give Samus a vehicle? Samus has vehicles, right? Samus has her ship that looks like her face. So let's give her a bike that looks like her face. Um, I have a question for you, Wash. Do
Mhm.
you think because of modern technology, we're a little spoiled on our expectations for open world geography? I think about games like Knights of the Old Republic, a game you just beat, where it's totally empty
Mhm.
outside of the creatures that spawn in that you have to defeat, the Rancors or
Mhm.
whatever. But in games now, like even in Star Wars Outlaws, these outside worlds are teeming with life. There's NPCs on walk tracks. There's foliage. There's trees and grass. Do you think if this game had more to show you on the outside, it would be a bit more visually interesting? Or do you think it's a slave to the weakness of the Switch 2?
I think it shows the technical flaw of the Switch 2 as compared to a console, because I just got done playing Outer Worlds. I beat that, and
Hmm.
the outside of Outer Worlds is also very bland, especially once you go through it the
Mm.
very first time. Enemies don't necessarily regenerate in areas, and there's just large swaths of land. But it looks good. I still don't like going through it, right? But I also am not a fan of the Assassin's Creed model where you have a living, breathing city and all of this going on around you, and you really can't interact with anything. There's like,
Ah,
you know,
it's a
three
lie.
things, and it's like it's a complete lie. So for me, I prefer if you're going to do it, fine, give me the empty open space. I'll look at the pretty things and hide a box over there, right? Versus a bunch of noise and I can't do anything with. But in this case, for me, it just comes down to if you watch that trailer and you look at those outside shots as compared to the inside shots, the outside is a game that you don't necessarily want to play that long. Inside, you're like, oh, this is dope. Again,
Okay.
not a Switch owner. Don't know.
Final question: do you have a game in mind that actually executes on having a fun mechanic from getting from A to B? When's the last game you played where it's like, you know what? I didn't mind getting from point A to B.
Dude, I'm
I didn't
playing
want.
Dragon Age right now.
I
Dragon
didn't want
Age
to
is
fast travel.
completely outside. Dragon Age is freaking amazing. And the outside, yes, you're running into spawned enemies in certain sections, but a lot of it is just exploration. Unlike your game, Star Wars Jedi freaking Survivor, the first one, where there's a world and there's like three things in this entire
Hmm.
freaking 360-degree rotation. It just comes down to a matter of frustration for me as
Mm.
someone who is time sensitive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like at some point, I don't need to swim around the big pool to find the one box or the one thing. You could have shrank that down and given me a similar experience.
You know what games, and I just want to shout this out. The games that do that extremely well, say what you want about them, are the Bethesda games, um are the Fallouts, are the Skyrims, where the A to B is more interesting than the destination.
I think
Running
Fallout does
around,
it better than Skyrim does,
mhm,
for sure. For sure.
where it's like I will putz around in Fallout for tens of hours and touch nothing. Just check out a rock slide here. There's some people over here fighting it out. They keep it interesting. Every 5 seconds of walking, you kind of your eye catches something. Or like you said in, let's say, Jedi Survivor or Jedi Outcast, you go to Jeddah and it's nothing. It's dead. It's literally, no pun intended, the Jedi homeworld is dead. You'll see maybe a pocket of stormtroopers in the
Read High
far
Republic.
Great High Republic. But I'm gonna play this game. All circling all back around. It's Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
When am I not gonna play Metroid? Metroid Dread was amazing. Metroid Dread is probably one of my favorite games on the Switch. Bring back Metroid Dread. But Prime, I'm super tempted to buy a Switch 2 for this game because I love Metroid so much. But I may just hold off a little bit and just see what the critics are saying. If it's garbage, then I may just hold off and wait to play it later and form my own opinion. But I don't want to have to buy a whole system for a game. You know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
Last little bit of news. We don't have to dwell on this much long. At the end of our beginning of the Nintendo Direct, they've announced a brand new Mario film. The
Billion
sequel,
dollars.
$1 billion. I'd
We
buy that
announced
for
a
a
billion
dollar.
dollars.
We've announced money.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. This thing is gonna kick ass, dude. Whether you wanted to or not. So smart. Super Mario Galaxy is the name of the movie, dog. Like this. It prints money, bro. Okay, I have a sin to admit. I've yet to watch the first movie.
Me neither. Me neither. I do want to watch it, but there's yet to be a good time to be like, oh, let me put on this Super Mario
Right.
Brothers movie. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, trust me, when this trailer comes on and it starts playing the Super Mario World music, and you're right back there, man. You're sitting
Because
Indian style.
Galaxy's awesome.
Galaxy is beautiful, right? Like, and it's like my Mario brain is so fresh, and this could just scratch all of my nostalgia. But when do I have time to sit down and watch the movie, man? Like, even when Bradley's like, I haven't seen the first one. B is tripping. I'm with him. Like, I love Mario,
Like,
but
like,
I don't.
like, why am I tripping? Because I haven't seen it.
I
Eh,
don't know. Like, I just haven't had the
I'd
time,
rather play
man.
Mario than watch Mario. You know what I
You
mean?
know, I don't
So I don't
know.
know.
It's on
I
the
don't know.
it's on the
Look,
docket, man. One
yes,
of these days, it's
you
gonna
know
show
what?
up.
We should do a review since we both haven't watched it. Let's put it on the docket for an MOTN review. Let's write it up, and then we'll both
Mark
watch.
it.
There you
I was
go.
just gonna say one day it's just gonna appear in a random select, and we'll be forced to watch it.
Skip. We just went. You know what I mean? Skip. He's the goat. So we probably should have watched it, but no. Uh, you
Fair
know,
enough, Doug. Fair enough.
let's put
Yeah,
it this way: I am way more interested in a Zelda movie than I am a Mario movie. The world is
I,
just more interesting.
I mean, yeah,
That's
Zelda,
where I'm
man.
just gonna leave it. You know what I mean? So.
I felt it, man. I guess we have our homework, Doug, and that brings us to the end of the episode. Um, any final thoughts, Wash, before we close this bad
Yeah,
boy out?
Bradley, get in there. No, man. There was one I did want to bring up to you. Hyrule Warriors
Yeah,
2, Age of Imprisonment. Now, is that a sequel to the Zelda series? Because that is Zelda fighting, not Link. And like this part two looks a tad bit better than part one does. It looks a tad bit more polished. So I was just wondering a little bit about that, especially
yeah.
if we're talking about Zelda. Just brought
You
it
ever
up.
heard you know the book series Dune? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like how complex and kind of deep it is, and it has nothing on Zelda. There is the Zelda timeline is so busted and convoluted that there is no true sequel because each game is a different link from a splintered timeline, splintered from a link to the past. So to answer your question, yes, it is a sequel. It's more of a prequel to the most recent Zelda games, which was freaking the ones that came out on Switch. I
Yes.
can't remember. They're a prequel to those games, but have no relation to, let's say, Majora's Mask
But to
or
no relation. Okay. Because I was
because
watching the trailer and I'm like, what exactly is happening here? I kind of get it, but I didn't get it. So
yeah, because apparently in those games, Zelda's from the past and Link goes into the future. In the past, they had these seven heavenly kings that were fighting with Zelda to defeat Ganondorf in the past, and there was a great battle where they all died, and Zelda was frozen, and Link was shipped to the future. That's the war. That's Hyrule Warriors. That's the war that happened
okay.
in the past,
Oh, okay.
and that's all of the squadron still alive and kicking around.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty dope.
But Bradley says, okay, Mike, true but false. That feels like a shot to me. No, man, I love Dune, bro. I love the Jezebel, the Bene Gesserit, Doug. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. It's just it's a shot at Zelda because it's way too damn convoluted. Zelda shouldn't be that complicated, but it rivals Dune, bruh.
Game of Thrones, he's talking to you.
A Game of Thrones. I'm talking to you, bro. Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. Those games are
that was
cool.
it.
Hybrid Warriors, like Dynasty Warriors,
Yeah.
do big slashes, big
But it
explosions.
looks better. It looks like it doesn't
Yeah,
look like the first one looked like Dynasty Warriors. There wasn't a lot to it. You could tell they weren't sure how it was going to do. This one looks like they went, put a story behind it, RPG elements, and made it like Dynasty Warriors, but better because we all know Dynasty Warriors is hot trash. So I will
you
fight
say
you on
that,
that.
but Dynasty Warriors makes
Yeah,
millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
yeah, $1 billion, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Billions
Dude,
of
people love
dollars.
that. People love that
They
freaking game.
love
They're
that
like,
shit.
number 7, man. That's
Man, How many times can I fight Nobunaga? And
Dude,
this time, how strong is his ambitions, Doug?
dude,
Like, who gives a shit? But
just
hey,
push.
they love it.
Anyway,
Money,
all
money,
right.
money, 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 money. But I'm with it. If you like it, I love it. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum, Doug. You know what I'm
Um,
saying, bro?
yeah, that's it.
With that, I have no other thoughts. I do apologize for my Ronin Warriors rant. Actually I don't apologize. Forget that. I love Ronin Warriors with all my heart and spirit, and I invite you to watch some of the older '80s episodes. They're goated.
I will.
Um,
Absolutely.
yes, indeedy, feed the needy. This has been Masters of the Nerdiverse. Once again, please like our content if you found any of this interesting. Please subscribe to the channel. We need subscribers. Tell your aunties, your cousins, your mama and your cousins too, to like the channel. Just like it. I'm sure you'll find an episode that we've done that you'll enjoy it. Subscribe, comment, help us grow, help us build so we can make more of these interesting episodes. I'm, of course, been your host, Mike G. He's been Wash, and we've been Masters of the Nerdiverse. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.